So, yeah, Needle Juice, what's up, buddy? Mir, dude, Sergeant, John Cross, what's happening, man? So, my horrible internet. I actually have a April 10th. I'm getting good internet. At that point, I'll be able to do some good stuff, right? Hopefully. But I do want to show you guys something real quick while we're getting this started, while everybody's getting checked in. What's up, Pat House? Picked up some Vidavon stuff here. These are the 30 millimeter extended swing arms for the Promoto. I got red ones, blue ones, silver ones, like I'm gonna put on mine, green ones. So I've got those. They are on the website if you guys want to check that out. I also have two of the Spline Hubs CVD for the Creighton 6S. Now, typically what I do with these is I put them on the front. I leave the rear regular dog bone, but I use these on the front, though. Kind of what I do. Hyperflow, what's up? Slow MK5. Hi, what's up, buddy? Manitoba, what's up, man? Addicted, what's up? Marcus, what's up, buddy? Chainsaw, hey, buddy, what's up? Out walking my high trail in the dog, nice. So, the big thing for me the last few days, in addition to that big monster right there, man, did you guys see the video? I sent that thing to the moon. To the moon. I mean, like, legit. So, but, yeah. That thing was awesome, man. Got parts on the way for it. Slater's RC, Mario, what's up? Demontoid, Dave Jolly, what's up? The Toe Cutter. Let me sure I get everybody here. Discovery, yep. I'm addicted. Bobby Grace. Andrew, dude, have you had issues with the 4 bolts on the servo saver for your Raminators? If so, I may have the fix for you. I got Arthur to make these things. I haven't put them on yet, but see if I can show them to you. This little washer right here. It goes over top of it with the bolts. I have a problem with the bolts working loose, so this little piece right here might be the fix for that. So I got to get these on the website. They're just regular steel. They're basically a carbon steel washer with holes in it, basically. I've got some of them I'm going to try on mine. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Raminator, 1, 2, 3, 4 for that one, and I believe I got a few extra ones. So yeah, I was telling him, I think, yeah, I know I've got more. Yeah, right over here. Yep, I got a few of them. I'll get those listed on the website this evening. They're dirt cheap. I mean, there's not really much to them, but they're really nicely made. But before I list them, I got to put at least one of them on mine to make sure everything fits. I mean, he has a Raminator, so I'm pretty sure they're going to fit fine. Shock pistons, they do kind of look like shock pistons, don't they? If they were polished a little bit more on the sides, they might be okay without digging into the shock bodies. But the Raminator shocks are actually bigger than this by quite a bit. Almost killed 7 at a wedding with Gravedigger. Oh, man. Dude, Andrew, I'm telling you guys, the most scariest thing I ever did with my Raminator was driving it through about 10,000 people at Monster Jam World Finals. Literally inches away from ankles and feet. And I'm like, oh my goodness. That was the most scared I ever was of that truck. One glitch would have just been a bad deal. What's up, Eli? What's a good gearing for an X-Max with a Hobby Wing 56 at 118? Okay, what KV? I've actually got Vidavon gears in stock. I've got 2030s and 2530s. The 2030 would be like for 1100 kV. The 2530 would be like for the 800 kV. Crawler Tracks. What's up, buddy? The Baja Ray 2.0's 110 similar to the Baja Ray 2.0 16. Same overall design, John. I mean, really the same design, only the 16 is just so much larger. I like monstrous, guys, compared to the 110. Yeah, I wonder if any X-Max or any part. No, sir, Daryl. They are completely different trucks. The wheels and tires on that have the full 24 millimeter hex. So you can interchange those with like what's on the Creighton. You can do that with any fifth scale truck, car, buggy out there. That they'll go on to. But other than that, they are not the same. They have some similar features, but they are not the same. What's up, Gary's? Eli Kirby. Yeah, go to exocagedrc.com, look for X-Max, and I've got the 2030 Mod 1.5 gears. They got the nice shaft, the big bearing, and everything. That would be what I would use in that. You can push it, but you may not be happy with it. To an 8S conversion to the Max / compare it to the 8S Mojave. I blew the rear diff out of my 6S Mojave just racing around the track. It won't take 8S. It won't take it for long, I tell you that. I've done 8S on the Mojave, had to replace both the diffs. I've done 8S on a UDR, had to replace the diffs. They don't really like that. Am I planning to go back to the World Finals? World Finals on... in what? Monster Jam? RCs? Oh, I don't even know the dates for when they're going to do that. I know the last time I went there, it got rained out. It was just really bad weather. Off-Road Dicks, what's up? Smelly Cat Gas, what's up, dude? Just got my first 6S truck today, Arma Creighton. Man, Romans, did you see my 6S Creighton run? I guess it was about a month ago. Dude, that thing was wild. I like Kirby. Yes, sir. Clayton, send the X-Max and the Redcat to the moon. See which one can go higher. Hey, it doesn't matter. Hey, if you send the X-Max like what I sent that thing, most of the time you end up with a bent center shaft. You can put the separated shafts in the middle, try to correct that, which usually does work. But, yeah, you typically bend those. This one, somehow I managed to chip a rear ring gear. Larry Callis. I'm not planning to release my STLs, at least not at this time, Larry. How are the 4S Mojave diffs? They're just regular 4S Creighton diffs, 4S, whatever the stunt truck is. Nothing special. What's the next thing you guys want to see from Arma? Hyperflow? What I want to see from Arma, I want them to take the Creighton 8S and convert it to a buggy, like a big Typhon 8S. All the parts are there. All they need is a body and narrow tires. That's it. Best setup motor ESC for Max. Pretty much anything 1/8 scale does fine in there. Just go for it. Morton, what's up? You ready? Run over your infraction 4S. Well, that stinks. Did you ever put oil in your shocks you got from Arma Centon 3S? No, they're in a bag somewhere. Mirror, I sure did, dude. I didn't plan for it to go that high. I like to hit the little landing ramp. If I'd have hit that, it probably would not have broke anything, which would have been pretty awesome. I had it in the air. I easily could have zipped this thing around for some backflips or whatever. I was trying to get a good controlled landing, you know, and well, it was controlled. It was. Pat House, yeah, man, that's so Viking RC. Yeah, I try to let him come in on different projects and stuff I got going on to try to help him out as best I can, you know? Hey, any idea how to make an E-Revo 2.0 a speed demon? No, sir. I'm not sure what to tell you on that one, John. I'm still waiting on the Redcat Nitro drone. Yeah. Why didn't you bring your TRX4 Sportage to go play in the mud when you went out of town? No, TRX4s are too complicated. That transmission is so many moving parts in there. No, I don't put TRX4s in the mud. When are you going to go back to boats? Do you like the Sonic Wake? I do like the Sonic Wake. In fact, that's my go-to boat because when you flip it over, it kind of self-rights. I have the Pro Boat Blackjack 42 8S, but man, I'm so scared every time I drive that thing because it's just going to go over. One day I'll take it back out. That little chip isn't really a brake though, is it? Actually, Mirror, no. All I had to do, it's actually drivable like it sits. I just had to dig the pieces out. It's actually drivable. But I got parts on the way. Arma is so sad by comparing with Mugen Seki. Well, Arma is kind of like a basher / racer company, and Mugen and Seki or whatever it is, they're pretty much straight racers. What's up, Rob? Sonic. Max, let me Traxxas Max. Yeah. That Desert RC crawler you built, is it big or did that suspension not droop out like some of the others? I do need to do a little bit of tuning on that. It does need a little bit of movement. I'm not so sure that I'm a fan of the chronic shocks, but it's probably just some tuning I got to mess around with it. Bust nut, another rainy weekend this week. It's supposed to rain again this week? I got races scheduled for Saturday and Sunday. Let's see. 60% Friday, 40% Saturday. Sunday is supposed to be clear. We'll see. I want to race on-road Saturday. Got that pad. What's the best short course race kit to buy? NR. It's either going to be a Losi or a Techno. Traxxas M41 mode. Yeah, M41. I want to try that new Traxxas. I forget what, Spartan, the self-riding one. I want to try that one. Hey, self-riding is just where it's at, man. Now the Sonic Wake on 6S is awesome, man. Especially when you dive that thing down. My buddy had his out there. We're out at the river, and he done something and dove down. And I kid you not, he hit a fish, a gator, or some kind of something under that water. I know it didn't hit the bottom of the river, but that thing came up and the whole rudder was sticking straight up in the air. So yeah, he hit a gator or something underneath the water. Man, dude, that pad out there, dude, doing that oval like that, just holding full throttle with that Arlarlo, that was amazing. 30 degree north are fine, Daryl. We're still running Zoom calls at night on Danica. I got you, Crashes. Yeah, maybe I'll be able to join you guys again. Yeah, Ilya, I just don't want to put all that into a mud. You know, the 1/5 Typhoon, dude, they've got everything they need. It's done. All they got to do is put a body and different tires on it. Maybe towers or something like that to make it a little bit different, but a 1/5 Mojave. If they do a 1/5 Mojave and do it right, it could actually run against the Losi. Max LeMay, yep. Traxxas Max. I'm not sure what you're going after here, buddy. Digging those inserts. Yeah. Speaking of inserts, I got quite a few. I'm actually got these in stock. These are the J Concepts Soft, J Concepts Mediums, and these are the J Concepts Super Soft. I got them in J Concepts and Pro line. They're on the website. And then today I showed you guys these right here. These were okay. I think these have a lot of benefits in some way. They're not as rough driving as the Claws, but I've also got these right here, which are a little bit more aggressive. See that? A little bit more of a difference here between these two. I basically chopped one of these down, you know, and make it a little bit more aggressive. So we're going to see a burnout on the new pad. Man, I had the drift wheels on the Arlo tonight. Dude, it was a lot of fun, man. You're going to buy yourself a Vigilante. Good deal. What's up, Rick? EX, a great channel. The Vidavant X-Max build. When are you going to install the Vidavant shot tower? I don't know. I guess I got to get them. That's the Vidavant X-Max right up there. That's the Vidavant X-Max right there. So I guess I need to get those, don't I? Let me see here. Are those silicones inserts from J Concepts? Huh? Oh, these are printed. These are printed off of TPU. So yeah, I've got these for J Concepts and Proline. I need to do a set for the Proline Pro X. It's a little bit different tire. I got the tires. I just need to try to get that set up. Dude. 12S Ram Bouncer, man. I haven't had a need to put 12S on it. It does just fine. It does 40 like it is. Yeah. She doesn't do RCs. I've had her out crawling. I ended up having to drive both of them back, one in each hand. That wasn't fun. The only vehicle she will drive, though, is the UDR. That's it. That's all she wants to drive, if ever. Other than that, she just doesn't care. What's up, Just RC? Have you ever we came with a new Ascent 18? Yeah, that Ascent 18 is nice, isn't it? Have I ever tried Never Wet spray applicator on my mud trucks? Nope, I have not. I don't have any mud trucks right now. Slater's RC. Well, I probably have what you need in stock, and it could probably ship out tomorrow, Slater. But you got to go to exocagedrc.com and get them ordered. Oh, man. Yeah, when I built my Ram Bouncer, Andrew, and I built it from the ground up, all brand new parts, pieces, it was expensive. Yes, it is. Alia Hobby. Check them out at Beat the Creek. Oh, yeah, I'm hoping to have quite a few sets done by Beat the Creek. So I got printers in there running, constantly trying to build up stock, because this weekend we've got the Winter Series finale, and I'm going to add a couple of these to some of the prizes. So, because the Winter Series finale is this Sunday. 100, let me see. I got 110 of you wonderful guys and only 47 likes. The 2085X and 2085R. Honestly, I'm not sure. Maybe the 2085R is the race version. I'm not sure. Scale Rock, yes. Bring everything, buddy. Everything. How long would it take to print a non-ballooning Raminator tire? I don't know. I don't even think I want to try that. I would probably go with one of the air tires before I do that. Right, Andrew? I got you, buddy. Well, thank you, Dude RC. I appreciate that. Hopefully it's all working out for you. Please go by Joe with a sound box. No. None of them stupid sound boxes. Those things are so dumb. And don't let Clayton fool you. He doesn't like them either. 48. I'm seeing 120 awesome guys on here and 74 likes. New Baja Pro X 2.9s. Man, Dean, I looked at scaling up a set for the 2.9s. Man, it's like 13 hours each insert on the printer. So that is such a massive amount. I think your only option is Three Brothers RC. No, the Max Slash is going to be around for a while, buddy. The only 1/5 short course truck out there is the Losi. That's it. And I would like to see something else out there. Any suggestions on a body for a 13-inch wheelbase crawler? Depends on what you're after. I got this right here that I got to do. Like the Vigilante. Dude, the Vigilante's nice. I don't know, this might work. This is the Warlord. I just finally started giving it the paint job today. So this is what's going on. This is Race Camp. So that's what's going on there. I just finally started painting it today. So just a simple orange. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because I know what I'm going to do to the body. I know I'm going to tear it up. Recommend you to try belts on your crawlers. Why would I want belts on my crawlers? What is the new Redcat tomorrow? Of course I know something. I've got the truck. And everybody already knows what it is. It's already been leaked by RC Crawler. RC Car Action leaked it 3 days ago. But I'm still not going to say anything. 1/5 Arma Typhon. What's up, Tiny Truckin'? When are you going to come back to Cherokee? When am I coming back to Cherokee Rock Village? When is the ECC? The ECC, East Coast Championships. I know where it is. But I'm just not exactly sure. I'm just not exactly sure when it is. I think it's May or something. Rumor has it, IAQ Master. This is the on-road king around here. Let me tell you. IAQ Master, have you got the Larlo order? Have you got yourself a 4-wheel drive ordered? Because, man, dude, whoo, that track is zooming out there, man. How do I pull the trigger on an X-Max Ultimate? Well, first of all, you have your credit card in one hand, your phone in the other. And then you put all the numbers in and you make the order. And then when you get it, power up and then pull the trigger and smile from ear to ear. Unless you hit a fence post. Then you might lose that smile. Is it true 10K found someone said before this? Oh, I have no idea of the 10K fine, Rick Smith, but you got to understand, guys like me, I work with probably 20 to 25 different companies. There's possibly 60 vehicles, 60 products on the market that have a little bit of my, I wouldn't say influence, but a little bit of my suggestion or input into them. And with the NDAs that we have, you know, all we would be doing is burning bridges. And I'm not into burning bridges. I want to build bridges with these companies so I can be more involved with the hobby, with the obsession, with the business side aspect of it. So, and it helps me out every possible way. It helps you guys out because I'm able to show things in a different way, my way. So, yeah, I'm not going to divulge anything. Whenever I do have a leak, you got to understand it's because I'll have permission to leak that. Dude, Typhon Grum, I can't wait to get those Have we talked about the Typhon Grom yet? No, we have not talked about the Typhon Grom yet, but I can't wait to get one of them things, man. Take that, put you some little street tires on there. Not, oh, yeah. We're also going to do drift racing here with four-wheel drives. Man, that is so much fun. Drift racing. You're not drifting to drift to try to look all cool and do that stuff. No, you're trying to get around the track as fast as you can on these little plastic things right here. That's going to be awesome. Mom said that you can go with us tomorrow to see the, okay. No one really wants to be the guy blowing up a company's release date. There are lots of channels that flirt with it, but losing your potential. Right, it's not worth it, Jeffrey, because I want to be part of it as much as I can. Like Company A, I don't talk to Company B about Company A. I don't talk to Company A about Company B. I just don't. Enlightened RC, are you going to be here this weekend, buddy? You were feeling rough last weekend. JR, buddy, I'm closing in on 70,000 subs. So maybe you guys do know that if I do hit 100K subs this year, I have a bet with Clayton. I've got to go get a tattoo. I'm a tattoo virgin, okay? I don't like needles for nothing. I'm probably going to pass out in the chair, okay? But regardless, if I hit 100K, I got to go get a tattoo of Exocaged. Woohoo! I mean, to my knowledge, Clayton is the only one that's ever got a tattoo of Exocaged. So he's the only guy. Got 2 Typhon Groms this week for your pad. Nice, okay. Want a battery tray. You got a brazen scale high-low chassis, but want a battery tray up front similar to the VRD one. I've got the brazen scale chassis. Send me a message and I'll see what you can do, because when we build these vehicles, we tend to build them specific. Like, okay, I build a vehicle specifically for a snub nose. I build a vehicle specifically for Fusion Pro. I build a vehicle specifically for this transmission, those axles. You know, you build specifically for this, and you end up with a package that usually works pretty darn good for what you build it for. But like in vehicles I build like for the snub nose, the Fusion Pro just simply won't fit because it's not what it's meant for, if that makes any sense. I do not have a tattoo on my anus. Where did Exocaged name come from? My old truck I called the Legend, and it wasn't any Acura. It was a Ford 86 extended cab on an F-150 frame on 46-inch claws, 44 Swampers, 43 Swamper SXs. It had a 414 roller Windsor, monster transmission C6, 203, 205 doubler, Tom Wood drive shafts, high angle drive shafts, Dynatrac Pro Rock 60 front with RCV axles, GM 14 bolt rear, Detroit in the back, ARB in the front, and it had an Exocaged on it. So that's where the name came from. I'm not getting any tattoo until I have to get that. What up, my dude? Arnell Tucson bought a Hammer Ray. I'll sell blast. The biggest upgrades that I recommend for that is to get all the Vitavon steering components. RNL4. You'll be much better off when you do that. It'll handle so much better. I don't know that maybe Sean may have a HPI car. I'm not sure. Wife factory reset phone. Oh, that stinks. AM clear house. Already got one on my calf, ankle, leg, arms. I will tell you this, and I got this idea off of Beavis and Butthead, to get a tattoo of a butt on a butt on a butt, if that makes any sense. Back in the Redcat, they update the motor mount for lower KV motors and bigger pinions. Dude, the Vigilante is phenomenal, man. Yeah, I think about 20 tooth is all you can go with it right now. But as far as like for the lower KV, bigger pinions, maybe, I mean, all you really need is a smaller spur gear. That way you can get that in there. Danny, yes, sir. I am planning to go to Beat the Creek this year. I'm also planning to go to Axial Fest again. Low KV. It's to get speed out of a low KV, you got to gear it up. It's really, it's like guys with the 800 KVs and X Maxes with the 25, 30 gears, which are nice, good running gears. To put an 1100, you need a 2030. You're going to get about the same exact speed. The higher gear ratio, or the higher numerical gear ratio, lower speed gear ratio of 20 to 30, sometimes can get you a better punch or a better control with an 1100 over the 800 with a 2530. So honestly, it kind of depends on the vehicle, man. It's like the Raminator has a 560 kV motor. The 12S X-Max has a 560. The DBXLE 12S 560. There's a 560 in the Creighton 8S. So it really kind of depends on the vehicle and what you're wanting to do with it. Are any of those crazy, stupid fast? No, they're not. They don't have enough KVs to really be fast unless you gear insane, okay? And I just figure about 50 to 60 tops is all I'm ever going to need. I'll do it if I reach 1K subs. Clayton. Have you seen anybody make a motor mount for SCX 10.3 transmission? The bulky one where it lowers the motor below the transmission. I have not seen that, Urban. I have not. What's up, Joe Girding? You think about the hot racing. Dude, I've had some really good hot racing parts. I really have. I'm at hot racing gear sets in the old twin hammers. I had to get them for that, but kind of hard to get stuff. They actually provide parts for some things that are just obsolete, but you can still get parts through hot racing, and they're usually pretty good, even if they're the only option available. Have you tried the IFS setup on the SCX10? You're talking about the two-wheel drive thing, JR? If you're talking about that, it's actually like right there. So yeah, I got that one. Everybody vet on Joe Collins getting a tattoo of Dylan. Not happening, Bust Nut. I could hit 1 million subscribers tomorrow and that still would not happen. What? Slow. I have not heard of Armageddon. The Freedom Factory, dude, is like 3 or 4 hours away. That's down where, oh man, I can't think of his name right there. McClendon? Cletus. That's where Cletus McFarland is, right? I have not heard of that. May the 24th and 25th. I have not heard. I will look that up, dude. If that's legit, I'm going to have to take something down there. Tiny trucking, it's kind of more of a crawler thing. What you're doing when you gear down with a small pinion gear, you're creating what I call a higher resolution on the crawl, as in you have better control at the low end. If you gear up and volt down, then you lose a lot of things like drag brake, you lose a lot of the control, you lose a lot of that. So that's why the gear down, volt up thing exists. And a lot of guys are getting into 4S right now in the crawlers. So I've been trying my best to get like a 1080 ESE 4S, you know, because there are serious brush guys out there still. There are a lot of guys still rocking the brushed motors. And 4S is really, come on, I mean, you got the Holmes ESC, you got the Furitech ESC, they're all 4S. So I'm hoping to get more 4S options, especially in the brushed world. Is it blasphemy to put a Corvette body on an Arma felony? Absolutely not, AM. Did you find out what happened to the Mojave from the last one? Yeah, it was the diff gears. That's exactly what it was. I've got them up here. I got to put them in. You could tell it. You could tell I crunched them. I did not mean to break anything like that, but that truck's been used obviously a lot more than what the Max Slash is. So I guess it was just due, but I've never opened those up. That was right out of the box, or at least when I got it years ago. Okay, I will look that up. Slow MK5. Will you monster size and wide max kit the new big? Jackson, I have no need to do that because I want to keep that where it's at. Tires. Oh, I got tires on it, by the way. J Concepts landmines for the UDR. They work pretty good, but I need to try to get them to make us some belted versions for that thing. I got to get that video edited out. I'll probably upload that to channel members tonight. No, I want to keep that where it's at so I can keep it in the Mojave class or the 1.7 SET class now. Dude, get the machete picked up. Dude, David K, the machete is awesome. And I suggested to Redcat to do something with that platform. Yeah, I really don't want to, I mean, I've got the wide max up here. I could put those arms on it and give it a drive, but it's really not something I want to do to it. Recommend keep popping out of the drive cups to the left. Yep. I know what you're talking about, JJ. Vidavon has new axles for those, and they're about 1 millimeter longer. And that's enough to keep them in. Check the website. I might have a set in stock. Oh yeah, Paul King, good deal. I'll have a Grom too. We will be racing Typhon Groms on the on-road pad. Absolutely. Typhon Grom is a little bitty, like 1/16 scale Typhon. They should be awesome because the actual Granite Grom is phenomenal. So hopefully that one's going to be awesome too. I'm going to get one. We're going to be racing them on the track out here. That's awesome. Oh my goodness, for racing 1-to-1 Armageddon is included, sponsored by Traxxas also. Oh, so if he's sponsored by Traxxas, then him doing an Arma, that is not going to be right. Or he might just not care. The Desert Coyote. I think it's around 30%. I think that's about all that one's got. Well, Andrew, I'm going to definitely check into that because if that is RC related, I'm going to put that on my list. I'm going to try to sneak in. Probably wear some sunglasses or something so nobody knows who I am and try to get some cool video. What is a Horizon hobby event? Okay. Slow. Yep. I got to go. I got to go check that out. Yep. I got to. 118 really helps the price point. 118 is almost like, it's kind of like, and I don't want to correlate the two, but it's like a gateway in to RC. And what I love about it, especially with the real low price vehicles, it's a gateway in. You can get in without spending a fortune and see if it's even for you. I mean, you may get this and like, this does nothing for me. Then you sell it off and you're only out $150 or so, something like that. You know, versus going in and throwing right down $860, $900 for that, $1,000 for that, $1,000 for this, $700 for that. Oh my God. Another $1,000 for that. There's another $1,000 for one down there. Oh my God. I could be debt free if I got all my money back out of all these RCs. I could be debt free and have a bunch of cash. Oh my goodness. Well, cool, Andrew. Yeah, if it's Horizon sponsored, I'll have to talk to my buddy, my contact at Horizon about that. Like, dude, why didn't you tell me something was happening in Florida and I didn't know there? Put on Traxxas 10, 2, 3, 4 front max slash. It's a shock extension. That's on the rear. Okay, I do notice that the front does like to plow a lot. I think I even have a set of Vidivon risers in there. It was kind of something he sent to me, and I'm like, what's the purpose of this? So I just kind of chunked it in the corner. The Rift is doing fine. It's just sitting on a rack right now. I looked at the max slash, but it's a little big for me. Michael, well, as far as like when you look at vehicles like that, if there's a racing scene around you, 1/10 and 1/8 is where it's at. Maybe with these and the Mojave and the whole Arma Traxxas rivalry thing, maybe these guys will start pushing this and actually beat the Mojaves. And when you start talking like this, now that you have this, maybe once people get this to start beating the Mojaves, which it's going to happen, most of the time it's going to end up driver ability. I mean, face it. One guy can drive, one guy can't. The guy that can drive is going to win. I mean, that's the vast majority of your winning in racing. Doesn't matter the vehicle. Just putting that out there, right? It's called that driver mod. Some have it, some don't. Now, once they get this thing going like that, guess what? Now Arma has a reason to do a Mojave V2 or an EXB V2 or something. So the competition is wonderful, especially in that segment. I put Road to Forest Max String on mine. It was a huge upgrade. Take what? Wanted your opinion on the Ultimate Slash. It's on sale, and I love the brushless motor upgrades. Dude, the Ultimate Slash is nice. Now, the thing about the Slash platform, the 110, you can get parts for it anywhere. You can go to your local ditch, dig down a little bit and probably find some Slash parts. It's an older truck, but everything is available for it. Everything you could possibly imagine. So it's still a good truck to get. The reason why I say is it brakes too easy on 4S, but on 3S it's going to be fun and looks good. Okay, urban. Okay, I'm not sure what we're talking about here. Do they have a fix for the Arma rear diff? The only fix I know for the Arma rear diff are these right here. And I think I have another set of these on the website. These are actually for the EXB. It's a very special EXB design because that slipper stuff that they got in there. So yeah, right here. These are actually legit 45 CNC cut gears, not that centered pressed metal junk, pressed powder metal. Urban, oh, the laser nut. Yeah, okay. The laser nut, when that first came out, man, that thing was garbage. But now they've went through, they've redone the bulkheads, bigger bearings, and now it's actually a pretty decent vehicle. Mid-Ohio RC. Nope, you're still here. Oh, that's okay. If you didn't spend the money you made at your previous job, you would have lived a very boring life. You are correct. You should go off-roading. I spent fortune on that truck. Now I spend a fortune in RC. Except RC is now my income stream, which is crazy to think about. I mean, it really is. Joe is living the American dream, if you were to ask me. Dude, I guess I am in some ways. I'm not rich, but I'm not poor. I'm getting by. And I mean, I guess so, which is amazing. Sold out of Mojave axles. I probably won't have any more Mojave axles for a while. The Max Slash, dude, the Max Slash is running great for me. I put some J Concepts tires off of the UDR on here. The landmines, now they do kind of pancake out like a lot. Here, I think I got a picture of it I'm going to use for the thumbnail. Let me see if I can find this. It's actually a pretty good picture. And so I think something flew off. when I did this because I was kind of getting a little bit too stupid with it. Let me see here. Where is my picture? Oh, right here. Check this out. Let me make this thing rotate here. I'll show you guys. This will probably be the thumbnail for that. But as you can see, the J concepts, they kind of expand a lot. So, yeah. They kind of expand. Like I said, I think I saw something fly off of them. The Max Slash tires, they will fit the UDR. A little bit bigger, but they will fit. See, I don't want to widen it. I don't. That's not something I want to do to it. Returns what most of us dream of. Jerry, buddy, I can tell you right now, I thought it would be a lot easier, a lot more relaxing, but it is not. Man, I'm doing concrete work out there. Today, I laid down the track for the on-road pad. Just, man, I am busy. I'm busy, man. I mean, it's kind of one of those things. I did not expect to be this busy. Am I a fanboy of any company? Absolutely. I've got my favorites, and most of my favorites actually have the two letters RC behind them. But yeah, I have my favorites. It's like, I know I used to be an absolute Castle guy, but now I'm a Hobbywing guy because Hobbywing is so far advanced over Castle. As far as like any RC car company, not really. You know, they all have their high points, they all have their low points. So, not really. I am liking what I'm seeing from Redcat though. That thing right there, the Ascent 18, the truck coming out tomorrow. The truck coming out tomorrow is pretty darn awesome, man. The ideal wheelbase for a crawler is about 12.5, at least in my opinion. How are the Mojave 6S wheels and tires on the Max Slash? They actually fit fairly well. They kind of narrowed it up just a little bit, but that's actually on the video that's for the... Well, you guys saw that video, didn't you? Yeah, they fit on there okay. When was the last time you did an oil change on the tractor? About 37 hours ago. Because it works on hours. Dude, Jeff, we saw some 1RC out here. And it was awesomely small. They don't have a differential. I even got to drive it a little bit. Man, you think you're going and all of a sudden it just spins out. So definitely takes a little bit of work, but we are going to race 1RC. I know Sean is going to get a TrackMate timing system. So we'll have the MyLaps that I run and the TrackMate for him. When we get done with all this stuff and the big building gets put out here, we're probably going to be racing 1/16 like the Losi Mini B and other vehicles like around that particular size. We're going to be having indoor racing on carpet. So if you're local to here, that might be something to consider, especially when it gets hot. So indoor racing in the AC in the summer. I can't wait. I have a Losi Mini B, and I have not been able to show that thing correctly at all. Maybe I will. Mid-Ohio. Yes, sir, they sure have. RC and more sometimes. When you scale up instead of scale it down, right? I kind of go all over the scales. And the shocks on the Max Slash to the wide slots. I have not moved the shocks anywhere on the Max Slash yet. AM, yes, sir. I never had the Kaiju, but I believe the Kaiju had the same split chassis as what the Vigilante has. And now, if that split chassis was going to split, it should have split on that 30-foot high flat landing, right? Now, am I saying that that chassis will never come apart? No. I'm sure somebody out there somewhere can break that. But man, that thing full flat landing, that was a hard landing. I really did not mean for it to go that high. I really did not, but it did. I do my oil changes on the tractor. I typically do them with whatever I'm supposed to get from Kubota at the 100-hour mark. At least that's what I read. Jeff Nunn, yes. Or JF Nunn, yes. Redcat's serious. What's happening with the Ram bouncer? It is currently sitting in the living room floor, resting and relaxing. Urban RC, I'm not sure why they didn't angle skid that. I'm not sure why. Sprint car and dirt late model car and the midget owner takes a bit of practice getting in for concrete, but carpet there. Dude, I can't wait to race carpet. I've never raced carpet before. Never. Kaiju, yep. The Hobby Max 8 G2 burned down in my Creighton EXB V2. Not a good. Oh, that stinks. Your Max 8 G2 burned down. That stinks. I guess the ESC went up or something. I think Arma jumped ahead in the industry with the releases of the infraction and felony. Yeah, because we don't have anything that can run against them yet. Well, there'd be a good aftermarket for the Redcats, and why haven't that? Okay, Ethan, that's a great question. Redcat has been around for a while. They've been around for a while. They have, in the past, a really bad reputation for rebranding junk. Bringing it over here, putting a label on it, and just selling rebranded junk. Well, the thing about now, they are not the same Redcat from even 4 years ago. Redcat started changing things when the Gen 7 was like the last, almost like imported vehicle, but the Gen 8 marked a big change. In-house designs, in-house testing, all that stuff. The Gen 8 really kind of started that. My red and white Gen 8, I still have it. That was actually a pre-production clear body that I painted. So that was actually my first working with Redcat on that. But they are not the same Redcat as what we've seen in the past. And if you look at their website, they still have a lot of the cheaper rebranded type vehicles, but those are starting to filter out. They're getting rid of all those. They're going to a much better plastic. The blend of the plastic or the formula is way better. The designs are stronger. Everything about Redcat is changing, and it's changing quick. Look at what they did with the Drifter. Full carbon, high-end Drifter right out of the box. So Redcat they're changing their ways, and they're changing their ways quick, and they're doing it big. A lot of guys still have this Redcat's junk. Not anymore. I mean, I know back in the day I had a few Redcats and this, that, and they were junk. But things are changing very fast with Redcat. Just that I can tell you. How many hours on the tractor? I've got, I think, 330 something hours on it now. RC's in the snow, buddy. I live in Florida. I've never had the opportunity to play in snow with RCs. You got carpet hair everywhere in the RC. Kills tires. Really? See, that sucks. The ESC went up. Andrew, I have no clue. It's a 57 Atlas Chalmers. Dude, my Asuga was hitting over 30 feet on that ramp when I came over. Oh, I believe it, Bust Nut. I believe it. But that was what, a year ago? Hey guys, listen. Bust Nut 33 literally lives about 5 minutes away. Maybe 6 if you get stuck by grandma on the road, okay? And he hasn't been here in what, 8 months? Dude. The 53 hauler, absolutely. Ethan G, everything comes from China. Man, I got this light. Everything comes from China, but they are changing. They're changing. I've noticed a huge difference in the quality of the plastic. Huge difference. The original brand was Exceed RC. I remember Exceed. I do remember it. Was it Exceed or ECX? They had the 1/8 drifter. I ended up taking those 1/8 drifter wheels and put them on a Traxxas Summit and drifted that. I also put them on some homemade 17mm adapters onto a 4-wheel steer RC 110 bouncer. That was fun. Now HSP, I've got a few HSP things like that little 110 buggy. Dude, that thing is so good. I should put some street tires on that. Actually, I've got all kinds of Arlarlo stuff. I got a bunch of things. Ethan, I do. I've got the Ascent that you guys have seen. I've got the Ascent 18 that you've seen. I have another brand new Ascent that I literally got here for a brand new chassis. There's a brand new chassis, a very high-end comp chassis that's being worked on. And I'm going to get this chassis. And I told him, I said, dude, you send me the chassis, I'll buy a brand new Ascent. So this Ascent hasn't even been out of the box. And I'm going to tear it apart and put this chassis in it. Can't tell you who, but it's going to happen. And then I have another truck. Oh, yeah, Marcus Bustnut, he's ancient. He's like 63, 64. He's an old fart. To Minnesota. Yeah, I wish I could just hop up to Minnesota. Isla, the closest thing we have to snow is sand. That's it. My ribbed front tires on my buggy practically like slicks down with the through set. See, I would think you would want pins, a good hard pin tire and carpet. But I've never raced carpet, so I don't know. It was not 2 weeks ago, dude. Maybe 2 months ago. Dude, it was not 2 weeks ago. Maybe 2 months ago. Ethan, you are not correct. We get hail from time. We do get hail from time to time. Yes, Paul King is right. Paul King also lives about 6 or 8 minutes away, except he comes over every weekend. Oh man, this is a good one, guys. You guys got me going good. Because it doesn't fit on that car. Did you ever get the DSM chassis? Marcus, I do have the DSM chassis, and I have not been able to put it on yet. I got hit with all the Redcat stuff and the track and all that. I've just been really crazy busy. Dude, I guarantee you it was 2 months ago. I guarantee it. You haven't even been here this year. I don't even think you've been here this year, dude. That's right, Clayton. Videos where it didn't happen. Man. So what have I got here that I can show? Not much. We can look. Oh, let me show you guys these tires that I just showed you all expanded. Move some stuff around. I actually need to find my 8mm nut driver. These are actually for the UDR landmines. I got to get a hold of J Concepts and see if I can get us some belted versions of these. Because this truck needs the belted versions. It really does. Favorite 2.2 tire for the Rift? Proline Baja Pro X. Those are my favorite tires for the Rift. Current favorite 1.9 tire, J Concepts Megalithics. Redcat, that's your videos. Paint and Dave. There it sits, buddy. We're near Mobile in Alabama. We too get some mail. Wonder how far Mobile, Alabama. Look up Jacksonville, Florida, and you'll be able to tell. What are you bringing to Badlands? What am I bringing to Badlands? Probably going to bring all my Traxxas stuff. I mean, it's Axial Fest, so I might as well bring Traxxas, right? You got a little 114. Oh, it looks like a mini crate. And I have not seen that, David. Now, Joshua, I remember years ago I put crawler tires. It was actually off the Venom Creeper. I put the crawler tires onto a Team Associated SC10 4x4, and they just immediately pancaked and shredded. They were not capable of taking the weight or the RPMs. So I was packing up the Raminator and bouncer for the Tampa event. Yeah, that was February 18th, 19th, and 20th, right? I don't remember you at all. No, I don't remember at all. Something from Vanquish Products about new chassis with metal axles kit. Haven't heard anything about that. Less than 6 hours. I know when I had a competition here, crawler comp, we had Asian come all the way out of Alabama. And usually at the big events, I go up to Cherokee, Asians there as well. And it's kind of weird because you're like, hey, Asian. And you're like, oh, man, this dude's being all this and that. I'm like, no, that's just that's what we call him. That's what he wants to be called, right? Asian. That's it. Viking RC, what's up? You made it. This weekend in Forest Hill, California. I bet. Yeah, we got our winter series here this Sunday. So that's going to be a fun one. Bust nut, you got to come out here, dude. But car gonna be like that's 255. How do you get crawler tires to take that RPM? They are not meant for it. Okay, the tires flipped over. I should have finished reading your comment. Yeah. What's the special reason? The special reason. Oh, you're talking about Nicholas. You're talking about the special reason for this? It's to celebrate that on April 10th, I finally get good internet. Finally, I'm finally on the schedule to get internet here. Xfinity. I can't wait. That's what makes this so special. Which doesn't really mean anything to RC, but I mean, it's special for me. I've been on DSL for the last 100 years. It's horrible. Well, it wasn't horrible 100 years ago. It was actually pretty good. A whole lot better than dial-up. Lately, is he cranking out content? Time to. I have not done anything with the LMTs, but I will tell you this: I drove quite a bit today with no video, just blasting that new on-road track. Man, that thing is so much fun. So much fun. Let's see, 10 stock tires would be locked. Didn't mess up. Wow. My birthday. I'll be 26. Today's your birthday, Nicholas? If someone said I can keep only one RC vehicle, what would it be? Dude, probably the XRT. But I don't know, dude. I don't know. Probably a crawler. I don't know. I got way too many. April 10th. Okay, I got you, Nicholas. So it is a special day, huh? Yes. Any more? Sure does. I feel any more RC videos. I'm trying, Vib. Question about motor. 4060, 1800 kV. Is that 60? 1800 kV should be fine on 6S. 8S, probably blow the rotor up in it. Best 110 crawler out of the box competition, Charlie Brown. Vanquish VRD stance. Break in my last set of order. Some softness and my old one seemed a lot stiffer. I have no idea. I've got the Yizzers and all kinds of things. As far as like at this point in time, I'm using my own. I got my own inserts, so these are what I'm putting in all my new, current, and future builds. Even got these things right here. These. Got a couple more. So at this point, I'm just using my own inserts because I can kind of print up a set in 6 hours, you know? Nice. Man, I might have to do that just for you to take some pictures there, Bust Nut. Now, granted, where we are there any around that are decent? If you could keep one, it would be the Ram Bouncer. Well, the Ram Bouncer, yeah. Ram Bouncer. I didn't even think Ram Bouncer. Heck, Raminator is out there. Yeah, I can't. Man, I would have to be in a bad situation to go trying to sell these things off. Ethan, do I sell my inserts? Yes, sir. Exocaged.rc.com. It's in the pinned post. There's a link there. If you go there and look at Exo Designs 3D, you'll see all my inserts. Which I just found out that this drift wheel fits inside of this pretty well. I wonder if I can drift inserts. Tell me that wouldn't be sweet, huh? I'm going to try something. 130, yes, sir. 130, yes. Addicted, you got it. Oh, the build is done. Trying to make. I just use the Overture 95A TPU. I've got the high-speed TPU, but I must have some settings wrong because that stuff is hard. Way hard. This is just a normal TPU right here, 95. I've had some Yizzers that were a little bit different like that. Mine all seem to be pretty consistent. They seem to be anyway. I know the softs are really soft though. Am I going to open the bite up in your inserts kind of halfway between your current designs? Well, I've got this one right here, which I showed you guys today, right? That's what I call the mild. This is the wild. Look at the difference. So there is a pretty big difference here. I'm going to use my forehead as a big backboard. So these run smooth, and they actually do have some kind of hook. These are a little bit rougher on the ride, but they have a better hook. And the other ones, the Rock Claws, they hook like crazy, but man, they ride bad. So I guess it kind of depends on what you're after here. So, yeah, no, I don't think anyone could. I just want to buy it up. Found it. Thanks. The 525 Tusks are back. Are they back in stock? Yes, I've been trying to get a set. Okay, I'll go to J Concepts after we get done here. See if I can get me a set of those. Can you see the Rock Claws? I don't think I have any of them in here right now. No, I don't think I do. No. I was kind of hoping maybe I had a set in something, but no. I don't have a set in here right now. Sorry. A lot more from the benefits of using the benefits of using inserts. It doesn't matter whether they're mine. I think Flowbar C has the best inserts on the market right now. Three Brothers RC, they're the OG. They came out with these things right here. The biggest benefit to these is they will compress nice and easy to envelop the rocks, to get you up onto the rocks, right? Now, they also have very little side roll on the tire, so you get a lot more accuracy in your steering. When I first got my first set from Three Brothers RC, The difference in steering was night and day. It was amazing, okay? But that's the biggest thing about inserts is they lack a tire roll, so you have better steering, better angle, better side hilling ability. But they can still absorb and drive. So that's the biggest thing about inserts. I'm not really planning to put the 1250 MX5 into the SBR 2.0. I would like some more from it. Yep. A spring or summer series. Paul, it's real easy to say, yeah, we're going to have a summer series or a spring series or all that when it comes to crawling. When the weather's nice like what it is right now, it's real easy to say that. But man, when summer comes around, it's brutal. You know how it is out here. It is brutal. It's like when I get the, hopefully we can get a race in Saturday. I mean, now we're at 40% chance of rain. But if we can get some race in, get some funds in, I got to turn around and make a driver stand for the on-road pad. So that's what the goal is to get done next week. White letters out 2.2s. Get yourself a white paint marker and make it. Well, insane BMX. Yeah, you're right. We have Sasquatch back there. Sean was out here and he said he heard something moving and it wasn't like a bear or something. It was like a Sasquatch. So I can tell you this. I've been out there in the back of my property and it's got dark. The next thing you know, I am running like a fat guy on crack. Just running, you know, trying to get back inside. So, yeah, there are monsters out there, man. Monsters. I'm going to carry that. Local carry that crawler, or is it male or only? Does anybody local carry that crawler, or is it male or only? Okay. They do have drive shafts, so they got to be males, right? Just remixes of it. These are not remixes of anybody else's. These are my design. I will not sell somebody else's insert as mine. These are mine. I haven't made any for the Rupture, the 4.9s yet. So I haven't made any for those yet. And my Kepler 4-wheel steer. Now, as far as the Rupture 1.9, I could probably make them for the Vanquish VXT. They're about the same height. And my Kepler 4's Exocerts and Megalithics. Epic. So, dude, I am glad to hear that. Thank you, Turtle RC. I think you were one of the very first because I released that video to channel members first. And I'm like, oh my God. I had to buy more printers just from that video to you guys. So thank you guys for helping me out on that. I really appreciate that. Oh, yeah, the old wildebeest. You know, Bustnut, I saw the wildebeest about 3 years ago. I'm not sure how she was able to even turn the steering wheel. Let's just say things were cramped in the driver's seat. 460, 465. I do need to mess around with that. But I don't have anything actually available. I need to see if I got some 460 tires, actually. I need to see if I got some. I want to make some for the 525 Tusks as well. As far as the template goes, about the only template I have built off of is this. Because you'll see, like, well, this right here, this is a super soft. You'll see the soft, it has a little bit of a catch right there. So it gets into that second stage quicker. See how that works right there? As for this one, it gets on down into the second stage, which is nice and stiff. This one is a very similar design, but there's a little piece right here that makes it stiffer, so you get into that. So these are the mediums, and the hard ones, well, I don't have those handy right now, but they're pretty stiff. They're actually like this, except for there's another one of these that go out to there. So that's how those are set up. And that makes all the difference in the world as far as how much weight these things can take. Just use a template. Mail order. Now, if you guys come out to the park, the Exoplex, I typically try to have some of these in stock. So, you know, Ethan, I've tried the Proline 2-stage foams, and they just don't seem to fit like what I want in a foam. It's almost like they're too fat, too wide, or just not quite what I'm after, if that makes any sense at all. Tutorial on how to make some, but everyone just be hiding the tutorial. Buddy, it's not really a tutorial, man. I make these in Tinkercad. That's what I use. You got to learn. I just use the simple shapes. The round cylinder, the other round cylinder, you make one a hole, and all of a sudden now you've got this hole. Then you take the funnel, you put that in there, you bring it down, and now you have the ramp area right here. And then you make sure you have your thickness you want for right here. Then you build your outer, you set your same way as you made the center, right? You put in there, boom, you got your outer. And now you have all this stuff right here. And that's where things can get really frustrating when they don't come around even, or they come up too short, or you got two of them really close together. So getting all that spaced out, I just do it manually. That can be a little bit time consuming. So, but basically, I was talking with Clayton, and I told him, I said, dude, if you're sitting around and you're not doing anything, learn something new. And at that point, I realized I was sitting around not doing anything. So here I am now. Now I'm doing something. And dude, like Viking RC just said, Tinkercad is a lot of fun, man. It's so awesome to see things come to life. Like the little knob here for the RC8X. Usually, getting the design is actually the easy part. Proper fitment of the design and the finishing of the design, that can take a long time. Because I don't have all the skills a lot of other guys have, so. Look for the beeline. I like how the exocerts fill the megalithics. Very little side roll. I want extra soft front and rear. Now, on the soft, it's the same right here as what this is. So this right here is the same, except for this gets into the 2-stage earlier. So that's why I call these soft and not these super soft, because these get all the way down in there, but they're all virtually the same design. It's just a little bit of a lip right there. So pretty much the same thing. And this is the same thing, only added more supports in there. You need the RC8X thumb drive. I got them. Jack's Beach Bash and Crawl. Dude, Jack's Beach Bash and Crawl. Have you been out here to the Exoplex yet? I like how the Exoplex, I don't use it to your head anymore. Dude, I'm sure just about everything is more advanced than Tinkercad. I'm sure it is, but I haven't quite progressed to that yet. Can I make dials for the RC8X? This is for the RC8X. This goes on the VR knob. But this right here in its current form will interfere if you have my one-handed drive adapter on there. So it's kind of one or the other for right now. But yes. All right, so you guys cut me a break here. Oh, I got to put these on the website as well. I got just a few sets. 1029 mod 1.5 gears for the SEX6. Now these are going into my truck, so I'm going to open these up. Yeah, these are going into mine. I'm going to put these in the Vita Bouncer. Heck, so can you help out Paul King? Yeah, I've got one. I just mentioned I did. But these are the new gears, the new big teeth gears for the SCX6. Mod 1.5, man. And these are replacing the overdrive. So these are a 10-29. So that's a 2.9 to 1 ratio. And the original 1338 is like 2.92 to 1 ratio. So this is a little bit faster of an overdrive gear. So, yeah. Any new news you can or can't talk about? Well, there's lots of stuff to talk about. It's just I don't need to, get into those right now. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate that. You think sand paddles tier will be a great buy for a Creighton in the sand or the stock tier? Well, buddy, if you're in the sand, get the sand paddles. They will hook up like crazy. I fixed a machete for a friend, and it was a hunt. You fix a machete? Dude, I love my machete. That thing is awesome. What was wrong with the machete? Dude, mine runs great, dude. I actually haven't even opened it up. I've been meaning to open it up and thicken up that center diff, but I have not messed with it. Then we have a video of the new Redcat release coming out tomorrow. 7 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern time. So 7 p.m. Eastern time. You just got a Losi King Sling. What should be your first upgrade? Go drive it. Enjoy it. When you break it, upgrade what breaks. You may never have a problem with the axle housings. But if you do, there's lots of options out there for that. It's just go drive it. That's all I can do. Member giveaway. I can do something. I haven't done that in a while. Go Joe, Sergeant. Limit straps. Now that's a good point. Limit straps. If not, you can break the shocks are held, the pistons are held in place by E-clips. So limit straps, yes, that is something I didn't even think about. Yes. I've worked on an axial bomber. I don't have an axial bomber. All right, had to eat some gumbo. Mojave 6S. Dude, nice, Sleek Hobbies. Mojave 6S's are nice. Max Slash is okay at best. Dude, I like mine. Cool. What's your favorite RC? Frank, dude, I got so many. It just, I can't pick out a favorite, but I do, like what was mentioned, the Ram Balancer. I do really enjoy driving that. Yep, the big old Redcat Vigilante. Capper or bomber, which is harder to work on? On the cappers and bombers, take the shocks loose, drop the skid, and you can just about have everything on the table. So I would say they're about the same since their design is close to the same. Oh, that axial early Bronco. See, the problem with that is that somebody will win that thing and they'll be in Zimbabwe or something, I don't think anybody from Zimbabwe is a channel member, but on the giveaways, what I like to do is to just, if you win, say your channel membership is $2 a month, right? If you win, I just PayPal you $4. If you're at $5 a month, I just PayPal you $10. $10 a month, $20, $25, I PayPal you $50. That way, I don't have to deal with customs, shipping, and deal with all that stuff. It's a simple transaction, man. Simple as that. My favorite RC type, probably crawlers. X-Max or Vigilante? That's a good question. As it is right now, just because of the aftermarket that's available for it, I'd probably still have to go with the X-Max. Just because insane amount of aftermarket support for that. I'm working on something to get this in the hands of somebody so we can get that same level of aftermarket support. So that's all I can say. What's the best RC brand? Buddy, they all have their goods, they all have their bads. Dude, Double A Day, you got that primal. Nice. Now, hey, remember all the shock tuning videos I did on mine, going through it, this and that? So just keep all that in mind. You're probably going to want to do that. Yeah, I don't know why. I just kind of keep that new in box early Bronco. Just kind of keep it sitting there. We need M2C Vigilante. You know, M2C, I believe, is in South Carolina. They're not that far. I need to go visit them is what I need to go do. And also, J Concepts is right down the road. About 3 hours. I need to go visit them as well. Maybe I could score some new tires. I'll get back and forth between bashers and crawlers with a lot of fun. Yeah, I got more crawler stuff. The V4 shocks. The V4 shock, yeah, that's just same as the V3, except it's got an extra seal down at the bottom of them. I got those on the Ram Bouncer. Now, the big thing about yours is it should come with the V4 or the V3 axles or something like that. V2 axle, I forget what they're called, but they should come with those. And that has a 12 millimeter output for the inside. That's a big deal. And also the ring pinion, the ring gear on the diff is set up that you can actually like machine around a little bit of it and put nuts on the back side of it. But the bolts are larger, so that's also a big thing. Some drone view of the track, cars racing. You know, I've actually got some drone video of the track. I did like the tour of the Exoplex. I actually flew it through the trees. I meant to go get an aerial shot today because I've got the track laid out, but tomorrow morning I got to go get more pipe and actually do the perimeter. So once I get that put in, then I'm going to do exactly what you're saying. I'm going to take that drone up and actually get an actual picture of it. Is it worth buying the Max Slash? Dude, I like it, but everybody's got their own opinion. Do you know if it'd be possible to put LMT axles on an SMT-10 chassis? Anything is possible, Marcus. You may have link and width issues or stuff like that. The drive shafts on the SMT have a 5 millimeter bore. The LMT's got a 6 millimeter. So, but you can, if you use Rift drive shafts, you can actually swap the 5 millimeter bore ends into the Rift drive shafts, just like what I've done. Well, just like what I've done with this right here. This has actually got 5 millimeter bore here and 6 millimeter down here for the Rift axles. This has got a base camp transmission in it. So you can do the exact same thing there. When you're making your inserts, do you start with a cylinder shape or tube shape? Usually the cylinder. I put the hole in the middle, the outside one, and then I get whatever I want for like this right here. Like the outside part of this right here is about 73 millimeters. The inside is around 55, maybe 54 if you want it to fit a little bit tighter, depending on the wheel and all that. And then you're going to have to do the little funnel thing, make that into a hole, bring it down and set your sides right there. Once you get the middle done, then you get to work on that. Now, you could also simply do the middle like this and have nothing but verticals coming out on it. So there are all kinds of different ways. This just works for me. They also shorten the steering. Well, they did the V4 steering, so that's a big deal. Yes. The dimension of my slab, it is 30 by 60. Am I going to sell the J Concepts for the Max Slash? Well, that'll be coming from J Concepts. And right now, they're just a UDR. There's a little bit of a clearance thing that could cause issue with doing that, and I show that in the video. But it just kind of worked. Jeff, well, this truck right here, and this is top secret, dude. No, this is what I call the race camp. It's axial rift axles, rift shocks, a lot of rift links, some LMT links, and on a base camp chassis that I had to cut, re-straighten, and bend and all that. So these are 525 high racks on Proline wheels of something or another. So this is what I call the race camp. It's actually a lot of fun. Base camp. How many sides do you do for the outer? All of them. All of them. As many sides as you can to make it as round as possible. There is a chassis here that's for a buddy's TLR that I'm putting together. Some UDR real suspension type or normal suspension. It depends. VSCI. Scale driving, the UDR is where it's at, man. That thing drives so beautiful right out of the box. It really does. What's up, that one country Kiff? The Raminator is the Raminator worth going brushless? No, Nate's. Dude, brushless Raminator is amazing. It's like, and it's cheaper than doing like a $3,000 Taylor engine for it. It's cheaper than that. And you can talk around it. You don't have to wear earplugs and ear muffs to try to keep your ears from blowing out. Dude, brushless is where it's at for me. Alex tells it like it is. You're telling it like it is, buddy. Thank you. So I'm loving the Vigilant, waiting on some upgrades to come out. Hopefully they'll get that brace that I showed back in stock. So, yeah. Hopefully they get that. Bring back Thor. Thor is in there resting, relaxing. Probably getting a little fat. Question about gear ratio. Should I use on my Hobbywing Max 6 1100 combo? Okay, Max 6 1100 combo on what? X-Max? XRT? Pass. I have no plans to get a cross 6x6 for the X-Max. If you go to exocagedrc.com, I haven't checked my orders yet. I believe I've got some Vitavon gears, 20 pinion and 30 spur. If you want to check those out, that will be about the ratio I would go to. Around 1.4 to 1. As where the 800 kV is about 1.2 to 1. With the 800 kVs, you can run 1.1 to 1 as well. So those run pretty good, but man, they will pull down a battery quick. I like the about 1.16, which I believe is a 46 tooth spur gear and 54 tooth spur gear. 46 tooth, 45 tooth pinion gear, 54 tooth spur. I had to get all that right. Been a while. But yeah, around 1.2 for the 800s and 1.4 for the 1100s. How do I find the center of a cylinder? There should be a little tool. If you're like, I don't want Tinkercad, it's up at the top. There's a tool that you can click on, and then you'll get like some little dots where you can center everything up in there. Should be coming out to Canada next year. Oh, dude. Now, I know that I'm not supposed to do it. I'm not a vendor, but it's possible I might just happen to bring some things to a really big event in Indiana this year. Okay. I'm not like a legit vendor or anything like that for it, but if I happen to have it and you happen to find me and we happen to make a deal, so be it, right? It seems like so foreign after using a different program for a month or two. I love the hooks you made. The hooks, you're talking about the claws? Like the really crazy aggressive ones? Like eight big claws on it? All right, so I got 2 Raminators and a new microphone. Dude, speaking of microphones, I found out what my problem was. The receiver for the Rode actually messed up and went left side only. So, and I found another one. Everybody on TikTok is hawking this piece of junk right here, this garbage. Don't waste your 20 bucks on this. This is pure crap. So I ended up having to buy another Rode system. So now at least I have 2 microphones and 1 receiver. I'm tempted to send that receiver to Rode to see if they'll fix the darn thing. And it's 200 bucks for that combo. What? Battery? Align, yes. Yes, it is Align, yes. What battery company do I prefer? Person, seeing it, telling that too expensive. Buddy, I've got batteries from probably 20 different brands. As long as you don't overamp them or you use the wrong battery in something, if you don't pull it down super hard, you know, by wrong application, dude, all the batteries seem to be fine. There are some batteries out there that are really bad as far as with high internal resistance. What those brands are, I honestly don't know. I remember one guy bought a bunch of C-rated batteries because you got the battery cells rated like A, B, C, and he was trying to hawk these things off, and a guy got a set and he put them on an infrared meter, and dude, they were like 12, 13, 14 ohms on the cells. That's really bad. That's like burn your house down bad. So I mean, if the CNHLs are doing you good, boom, go for it. Was that comparison on Max Slash and Mojave stock? The front rings on the Slash too soft or stiffer. Now the Max Slash was box stock. The Mojave was the EXB, and no, it wasn't box stock. The EXBs don't even come with electronics. Although it did have a Redcat servo, so it wasn't really that big of a deal there. A Hobby Wing system. So with that in mind, I didn't bother doing any speed runs or any of that stuff because it just wouldn't have made sense. Yeah, bust nut. What part of Indianapolis? Attica, Indiana for Axial Fest. I've got an OG Wraith with Gen 7 Redcat axle made it for a mud truck. Gotcha. Yes, that's a ticket. Get the vigilante party going. Got it. Dude, that body is beautiful. And it's an absolutely gorgeous, not a Chevy body. Yeah. I hope they get away with that one. I'm already sold out on the 2030 gear set. I'll have to check. I thought I added some to it. Let me see here. I know we were talking about the gear sets earlier, and I did mention them. I don't know. Check back in about 9:15, and we'll have to see because I know I've got them. I'm gonna put 2030 X Max. Hang on a second. I'm trying to get to my products here. Come on now, get into there. I'm trying to get to this right here. See the adapter, horn, steering horn, bigger gear cover, da da da. Yeah, the 2030 pinion spur gears. I know, I'm pretty sure I've got 2. I'm going to bump that up to 2. Okay? Maybe I didn't add that to it. I got 2530s and the 2030s. I just added that on there. Make sure if I put my 25... I sold a 2530 today. So I know that one... I should only have one or 2 of those available. But regardless, you can go ahead and pick that up. And it should be there. 2030. Oh, I see what I did. I see what I did. I got to change this one. I messed up and put the numbers in for the 2035 set. So, okay, yeah, I'm okay. I'm glad you caught that. All right, so yeah, I messed up. Instead of putting it for the 2030s, I put it for the 2035s. Okay, yeah, we're good now. I put 2 of them up there. Oh yeah, there was that one. Hold on a second, checking some other stuff. Sorry, guys. Okay, yeah. Do I have any RC boats? Yes, I do. I have 3 boats actually. From Royal Caribbean Cruise. Man, one day I'll take a cruise. Sea driver called it a Chevy bot. I know he did. I made sure not to call it that. I just kind of left that open to the viewer to decide. But yeah, he did call it that. Mike Morrow, what question? I was probably distracted. What was your question? Oh, any chance of you asking Arthur to make some hardened spur gears for the Techno SCT 410? Don't Techno make good spur gears for those? I mean, SCT 410. Okay, that's not the regular. Well, I guess that would be. Don't the Nitro gears fit that? It's the same center. I do not think I have the 1.5 gear cover in stock. What 1.5 pinion spur gears are closest to the, oh boy, closest to the stock ratio? The stock ratio is at 1854. So let's go ahead and check that out here. All right, 54 divided by 18. You're looking at a 3-to-1. 10, 30. I don't think you're going to get that gear ratio out of mod 1.5. You're looking at 1235 or something like that. I'm not sure that's what would be good for you. I mean, I think I'm running a 2030, maybe a 2035 with a 1250 on this one. And it does awesome. Colby, I saw some airboats, but there is something else I want to get. And I saw it on Amazon. I'm going to buy it. It's only $45. It's one of those little, it's one of the, a little hovercraft. I'm going to race a hovercraft out here. My buddy Mark Perella always comments about racing hovercrafts. Well, you know, we're going to race hovercrafts. I know, Marcus. All right, Dad Vader. Enjoy 1.9 inserts in the... no, the 1.9 inserts are too short for the ruptures as far as what I can tell. It has a 41.2 spur, smaller than nearly everything with an offset built into it. Tell me it has been plastic. Okay, are they mod 1 gears, Mike Morrow? See, the problem is he needs to get the gear or get the differential or something like that. And it's really expensive to ship stuff to China. 30 weight oil. I'm assuming you're talking regular silicone shock oil, right, Clayton? Not motor oil? 30 weight's probably just fine. Using the cover from Vidavon. Thanks again, Joe. Cool, crazy. Thank you, buddy. They are mod 1. So is Mike, is a lot of people stripping them out? Is it, I mean, are you landing, I mean, in a race situation, sometimes you do land hard under throttle. So, I have an e-buggy up there, Techno e-buggy with a plastic spur gear. And I think I've only killed it 1 time. Mod 1. Trim, about getting an X-Max in, anything I should know before buying? Yes. Get ready to have a lot of fun. That's what you need to know. X-Maxes are awesome. Some 2.2, 5.75. I've actually got some 2.2 575 inserts designed. I just need to see if I actually want to try them. Check's holding up. Dude, they are crawler tracks. Dude, they're underneath tarps. Literally, I keep them underneath tarps. I don't believe they've been wet or rained on yet. I really try to take care of those. Man, when you get out here and get your Max Slash, you're going to have to race it, man. Because, you know, all the Arma fanboys are all mad and, you know, got their feelings hurt that Traxxas done and stepped in their world again. So, all the Mojave guys are going to be trying to get revenge and, you know, I'm this and I'm that and blah, 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 whatever. The better driver is going to win. Simple as that. On hard, flat landings. Are you sure everything is secure in there? Hard, flat landings. I'm trying to narrow it down. I'm assuming your mesh is correct. Is everything tightened? Is the motor moving or anything like that? Are the bearings good? I'm assuming they would be. Try them on Thor. See, I want to do these very specifically for the bouncers. So it'll be a little bit on the stiff side, but to really take the bouncer abuse. Oh, you're in, oh, Crazy Canuck. That makes sense. Okay, send me an email through the website. Here, I'll put my email up. You're going to have to go through this. It might be worth it, since you are in Canada, to just order everything directly from Arthur Vidavon. It might be a cheaper way for you to get these parts, buddy. But there's my email for you. But it might be better to order directly from Vidavon. Just get it all at one time. It might be cheaper for you. Dude, had it been dry, I would have put the ram balancer up those hills. Or it would have been awesome catastrophe coming down. Eric Rambo, 45 or 46. I remember those years. This year, July the 9th, I turn 50. I turned 50. Man, that's nutty just to think about. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Well, center bracelet mounts from front to back. Mike, I think you got something shifting in there or something. are you? 15th birthday is July 22nd. Yeah, I'm July 9th, buddy. Dude, the limit straps on the Redcat, those are nice. They really are. 4 in March, yeah. 50 years old and jobless. Go figure, huh? So May the 1st, I got to do my 1 year of YouTube video. Not sure what to talk about other than just being crazy busy and everything, you know. So on my Raminator, the biggest thing you're going to need to do is open up those piston holes to 3.8 millimeters and then put the oil back in there. At that point, your suspension will move, it can flex, and it can do all that stuff. Now you're getting the V4, so you should get the better sway bars and all that. You shouldn't need to mess with any of that stuff. I believe the V4 comes with better servos as well, so you should be okay. But you're probably going to want to, that stock engine is garbage, but at least it'll drive. Yes, Marcus. I'll be 38. Man. 50 and disabled, man. Well, luckily I'm not disabled yet. I just don't know if Techna has any plans to make a steel version. I sure like someone to make one. Yeah, it isn't so much as buying the spur gears, Mike. It's being taken out of a race because the spur gear doesn't hold up. Man, Steven, all right. We'll make the pistons 3.2 a standard then. I have no idea. No idea. I mean, pretty much me, Kevin Talbot, we always drill them out to 3.8. Now, on the Ram bouncers, those are at 4 millimeters. And I'm actually using a 650 CST shock oil. Yeah, keep that in mind, Double A Day. The oil that comes in the Raminator is like the 5-weight oil that you got on the old HPI Baja 5Bs. It's basically a mineral oil. It is not compatible with a silicone shock oil like you have in other vehicles. So it's not compatible, and if you put it together, will it mix? Temporarily, yes. And then it'll separate overnight or the next day. I've actually got some up here. Would you like to see it? I've never thrown this out for some reason. I really need to. Let's see here. We got right here. So the shock oil that comes in the Raminator is on the top. The actual silicone oil, you can see that at the bottom. So the silicone oil is at the bottom, Raminator oil is at the top. So they do not work well together. Found that out kind of by accident. Hey, Angel, what's up, buddy? Macdo update. Up your course in a couple weeks. Crude cactus, bring it on, buddy. Final detail I'm running into is I'm running 6. Okay, well, your short course trucks, Mike Morrow, when you're well, you have to figure that truck is built to race in the short course class. And in the short course class, they typically run like a 4300 kV on 2S. So you probably got a big motor on 6S, then that's probably your problem. I'll be 49 in September. How do you feel about shock boots, axle boots, planning to get some Omni Terminator? They're really neat. They're good for impacts and stuff like that. However, they can also trap and contain debris and stuff in there. So it can actually build up dirt, dust, and grime. Paltrow, I am close to Jacksonville, Florida. Sam is a pretty good one. I haven't even driven him in a while. The last crawler I drove was the Coyote. Well, if someone made that gear, would the problem then transfer to the spider gears and the diffs? You know, I mean, you're probably talking what, a $4 spur gear? Oh man, David, yeah, it's amazing at work technology. When I built the crawler course back here, a lot of these lines that you guys see us driving like every other day or so, they were impossible. They were like comp shafty lines. And now we basically drive comp shafties with bodies on them. It's kind of crazy at how it has worked out. So we got about 5 minutes to go. You guys have made this 2 hours go through fast. $12 per, yeah. One of the ways you can hold that spur gear together is to be off the throttle when you land. And I know in a racing situation, that doesn't really work out so well sometimes. I mean, sometimes you need that boost, that traction boost when you're racing. So it doesn't really work all that much. The new Primal 130 kgs are really good because I actually need a set for mine. Dude, the Blue Eagle. Yes, you are right, Bust Nut. Oh, it was. It was. Okay. Ooze 101. Thank you, buddy. What's some good gearing for a Creighton 8S Max 5 G2 800 kV? Usually with the Creighton 8Ss on the 800 kVs like that, most people go with a 1-to-1 ratio. They just find whatever you got, 39 tooth spur gear on yours. If that's what you got on there, see if you can get like a 38 or 39 tooth pinion gear. And generally speaking, 1-to-1 works pretty good on the Creighton 8S. I need more Raminator. Man, I haven't even driven the Raminator. I like that Ram Bouncer. Hobby Wing 800 or 1100 for an X-Max motor replacement. Dude, I prefer the 1100s and the X-Maxes. I do. To me, they just seem to run better. How long have I done this hobby? Have I experienced mechanical ESCs? Of course. I've done all that with the Blackfoots, the Traxxas Sledgehammer when that first came out. Let me see. Bustnut 33 was my future stepbrother across the street. We used to get out there and race all the time, man. We had all kinds of mechanical ESCs. A little wiper arm. I had the one that looked like a resistor. There was the wiper arm across that, the Tamiya ones. Yeah, I've been around for a little while. Now, if the Raminator isn't common in Australia, probably going to be really expensive to get it, and hopefully getting parts might be a bit of an issue. What takes a beating better, the Bouncer or the Raminator? The Bouncer. And the reason is the tires are closer in, so there's less leverage against all the steering, less leverage against the axles, the suspension, all that stuff. So I prefer the Bouncer as far as durability. Plus the tires are a little bit smaller, so there's less wear and tear on the vehicle itself. But yeah, I'll take the Bouncer. You know, Tamiya finally quit giving mechanical ESCs a few years ago. When you're bleeding a shock and an air bubble pops and flies into your face. So, Clayton, you're over there blowing bubbles? Is that what you're doing? There used to be a dude in high school named Bubbles. Same one? I probably shouldn't have made that joke. Oh, my God. Anyway. All right, so... All right, we're down to about last minute here. Time to finish this thing up. And you guys have actually been awesome. No comment. Oh, man. All right, so we got to wrap this thing up. Luckily, other than you 76 people right here, very few people will actually watch all the way to the end. I mean, I wouldn't watch it to the end. Pretty boring. But regardless, you guys have been awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm going to wrap this up. I've got a couple orders to take care of and more editing. Always editing. Guys, have a great day. And thank you guys for the live. It was awesome.